Hi and welcome back to Classic MGB. Now today we're in the beautiful Wiltshire village of Steeple Ashton near Trowbridge, and you might ask what it's got to do with MGBs. Well, let me tell you, it's a little village, but just down the road they've got a fabulous classic car meeting. So that's where we're going right now. Now, Steeple Ashton is a really beautiful village, and there's also some quite famous people that live here, including one of my best mates, Jason Dorr.
Famous? Graham, really, I'm not that famous. The village, though, is, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous village. And, of course, this is the first time a classic car show's been put on, so we're all super, super excited. Thank you for bringing along your MGs. I have to declare an interest. Well, Graham's a friend. I'm also a subscriber and massive fan of the channel. So
thank you. Yeah.
So thank you for all of that. So, yeah, there's some fantastic cars here. We're expecting around 100, maybe a little bit more. It's always weather dependent, but the weather's kind to us. We've only just opened doors, so already we're busy. So that's it's really, really good.
It's brilliant. What's particularly caught your eye, apart from the MGs, of course?
Of course, yeah. I naturally gravitate to the MGs, of course. But no, I mean, there's some really lovely stuff. There's a lovely Morris Traveller up there, which has got a lovely story to it. It was the father's. It's passed down to the children. They maintain it. It's a lovely, lovely car. Really honest, lovely car. Gosh, there's TVRs up there. I'm a bit of a fan of TVR. I've got that itch, you know. On a day like today, nothing better than a big V8. Gosh, there's some fast forwards up there as well. There's an Escort Cosworth that came in that sounded like it deserves to be on a drag strip. What I love is, you know, you've got someone here in a Ferrari that's probably over £100,000, and then you've got people here in cars that are literally a couple of thousand. Some modern classics as well, Mark 1 MR2s, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a brilliant show, and I hope that we'll be back here again next year, and we'll be back here again in 10 years' time, because I've got that feeling it's the kind of thing that's really going to grow.
It is, and it's obviously popular, and we're really lucky with the weather as well. So it's and
it's Father's Day. It's Father's Day today. So every chap that you know is asked, what would you like to do on Father's Day, can now say, I want to go to the Steeple Ashton Classic. So make it a date in the diary,
But it does take a lot of organising this, doesn't it? I mean, the whole team of people, there's a lot of people in high vis today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've been lucky because I've attended sort of 2 or 3 meetings down at the pub.
Oh,
that wasn't a big ask for me to do. But there was a whole list of things to do, like an agenda of like 20 or 30 items every meeting. And I'd get allocated one, you know, like turn up on the day or shave or something, you know, something I knew I could achieve. The hard work was, you know, like you say, high vis, making sure the grass is cut, making sure there's a ramp, making sure there's a PA system, making sure the caterers, making sure people who want to come along know where to come. All that's hours, hundreds of hours of work. And obviously, when you do something like this for the first time, you're also learning through that process. So this is probably the toughest year for the organisers.
Absolutely.
And they've done a brilliant job. So,
and it's all in aid of charity.
It is. So we're very lucky in the village. We've got a village hall. We've got a shop, which is run as a cooperative. All those things need funding. So it's the village kind of pulling together and putting money towards those things.
Yeah, it is one of those villages that is a standout village, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. I came here about 10 years ago. We stopped in for a drink at the pub on a Friday night, and it was absolutely heaving. There's loads of people. And I said to one of the people, I said, what's the special event? You know, is it a beer festival? Is it, you know? And they looked at me and went, no, it's a Friday. And I went, oh, I like this village. So we literally set our heart on moving here, and we found a house here 9 years ago, 8-9 years. And we've been here ever since. I wouldn't want to move.
Yeah, that's super.
Now,
I'd better let you get on with the judging process. I would say there's a rather lovely,
very splendid, beautiful
green MG. But
absolutely, all the chromes are looking gorgeous, and it looks like a well-loved and well-used car.
It is.
Yeah, but I mustn't be biased. So, I can't say too much, but I did actually include an image of your car on the. We got a picture quiz today, and I nicked it off your website. So apologies for that.
No,
you mustn't enter because you've got 1 out of 10 already. But no, you can, because the other 9 are really tough.
Yeah, sure.
But no, it looks splendid. So I credit.
Well, Jace, have a fantastic day. Thanks for chatting.
That's all right, mate. No worries. Yeah. And I'll look forward to seeing this and all the other stuff on the channel very soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right. Thanks very much.
Now, I found one of the nicest MGs in the whole field. It's an original 1962 pull handle roadster.
Too kind. Too kind.
And it's owned by Richard. So, Richard, tell me a bit about how you got into getting the car.
Well, it was a bit by mistake, really. I was just casting around for a really beautiful classic, and this car came up. An old geezer had put his life into it, and he wanted to get rid of it because he couldn't drive it anymore. Right. He was taken off road, and I thought, right, I've just got to have this car. It's just too beautiful to be missed.
Yeah.
And it's a proper old original with the old pepper pot wheels and the pull handles, and it's just one of the old originals. And I thought, right, got to have it. And I've almost spent more than I bought it for on it.
I know that feeling.
But you've got to do it.
Yes.
You've got to do it. So I'm really lucky. I'm a lucky man to have it, and I'm trying to keep it so that someone else will have it in future.
Perfect.
Maybe my boy. Who knows?
Yeah, perfect. Well, my kids are already casting lots as to which person's going to get the car. But what is it about? Why an MG? Why did you decide on an MGB?
Well, I think one of the things I liked about MGs is that you get everybody knows someone who had one, and so it's always a great conversation starter. Some of the more posh cars, whatever, people have a bit of an idea about you, but with an MG, you're everybody's friend.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves an MG. Everyone had an uncle or a dad who made it good in the 60s and actually got themselves a really lovely car. And they were the first get up and go generation, weren't they? So it's something that the British love.
Yeah.
They love an old MG, and so I just thought, well, it's got to be a classic and it's got to be British.
Yeah, and affordable. They're not stupidly expensive.
Exactly.
The thing I like about it, you pull up to a petrol station, everybody smiles.
Yeah.
You go in, there's perhaps a Ferrari or maybe a Porsche, you go, there's a bit of mixed feeling, but an MG everybody loves.
They do. In fact, the journeys in the MG take slightly longer for that reason, don't they?
Absolutely.
You're always in the conversation immediately. Oh, my dad had one of those. Oh, my uncle had one of those, sort of thing. So for me, it's a massive honour again to own the car.
So you had to do a little bit of work or have work done on the car. What was needed?
Yes, so I did some. I rebuilt the engine completely. Right. Put new sleeves in, kept the original block. I put new sleeves in, new running gear, a new tank. The petrol tank was a bit. So I basically looked at what made the car run, and then and just did it throughout. A bit of new suspension. So there's a little bit of modification underneath, but I wanted to use it as a runner. I wanted I didn't want to just do it up and have it in a barn. I wanted to get in it and go for it. So I did put an unleaded head on it, which you could argue, but as you rightly say, if somebody's a real genuine purist wants to move it back one tiny little bit, they can do it instantly. So that's the point.
Yeah, I think modifying things like that aren't noticeable, that just makes it easier to drive, because having to put lead additive in, and that makes a sensible mod. But everything else is just to keep it genuine.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And so I've messed with it as little as possible. And if you look closely, there are little all the chrome's slightly sort of coming up, and the rubbers are slightly perished. And
it's an MG.
It's an MG, exactly. So really, really good. And thanks very much for your time.
You're very welcome, and many thanks for having a chat to us.
Real pleasure.
Yeah,
real
cheers.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Now, this is nothing to do with MGBs, but I couldn't not talk about it. It's an RS Cosworth, an Escort RS Cosworth. And if you look at this engine, it is phenomenal. One of the all-time modern classics, that has to be said. But I think I'd rather get under the bonnet of my MGB-GT than tackle anything like this. Well, how about this? It's a 1969 Buick Skylark, and it is enormous. I think I could get two of my car just in the boot, believe it or not. I'm not a huge fan of American cars, but I do like looking at them. Well, I'm really proud that our Wessex MG club seems to have absolutely aced it in terms of club events. I think we were the biggest club here, and certainly the most number of MGs. So MG was the most popular marque of the show. But it's not just our Wessex MG club that are really well represented. There's Bs all over the field, including this lovely 1973, possibly 1974 Roadster in white. Perfect day for an MGB. Well, Stuart, it's an absolutely fantastic day, and you as one of the main organisers, you must be so happy.
I'm really pleased, yeah. It was an idea that I came up with about a year ago. I've been in the village for 3 years, and the idea of having a classic car show, classic vehicle show in the village was something that I really wanted to do. The weather was ordered early.
Yeah.
And
perfect, doesn't it?
yeah, it's been really good. And the turnout has been fantastic.
It has, absolutely. Do you have a classic yourself, or just an interest in classics?
I do. I collect modern classics.
Oh,
so I've got a 911 Carrera
nice.
2 manual. I've got a Mini Cooper, and that's just down the way. I've got a Jaguar XKR convertible, a 100 edition. So it's a 1 and 160. And I have a Maserati Grand Sport.
Oh, so plenty of lovely cars.
Yeah, no, they're nice. And, something, and you're always looking.
I think Steeple Ashton, I was talking to Jason, and Steeple Ashton's one of those villages that is really a village. It has a real spirit and heart, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And I think when I was looking at putting this together, it was something that the village could come together for.
Yeah.
And it's such a spectacle to see these cars and bikes, up Common Hill into St Mary's Recreation Field. And, the turnout today has been really fantastic. So really, really happy.
Excellent. Well, is it going to continue, you hope? Fingers crossed?
I think, if everyone wants us to come back, then I'd love to do it. I think we'll get, an idea of what we've raised later today.
Yeah.
Because it's all about raising money for local charities. And I would love to do it again. And I think that, let's get the feedback in and see what people want.
Well, talking to people today, it's a no-brainer. You're going to have to do it again. Stuart, thank you very much for talking to us.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.
So there you go. What a fantastic show for a small village like Steeple Ashton to put on a show like this. I think is absolutely fantastic and is testament to the people that are organising it, the amount of time they must have spent doing it. So many thanks to everybody involved. I hope it carries on, and it carries on next year and the year after, and this becomes a fixture of the summer show season. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, give it a share, and consider subscribing to the channel, because all those sort of things help YouTube get our content out to people that are interested in them. As always, many thanks for watching, and take care.